Hey everyone, this is Derrick Broze with the Conscious Resistance Network, and I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's, and all that good stuff. Hope you are doing well. Today we continue and actually wrap up our investigation into the Finders. This is, of course, part 7 in an ongoing investigation into the Finders cult. If you have not seen parts 1 through 6, I advise you to watch those first before you watch this one, as it'll make a lot more sense. And I did get word from my editor, Jeremy, that the nearly finished product should be in my hands within the next couple days, and we should be able to make the deadline for putting out the Finders documentary by the end of this month, December. And this will be part 1 in a 2-part documentary, which I expect to be about 30 to 35 minutes long. Part 2, I haven't written yet, so I don't know how long it'll be out yet, but I'm very excited to share that with you guys. I promise you that both parts are going to be worth your time and have new information regarding this investigation that you haven't seen anywhere else. So I want to remind you first to bookmark theconsciousresistance.com so you can make sure to see all of our content and everything that we're doing here, including the Finders investigation and much other important investigations. Now, one thing I've noted is that some of you have asked me about Super Chat on YouTube, and some of you will note that I don't take money from Google or YouTube. I've never monetized any of my videos, but I did find this website here called bitbacker.io, where you can go on bitbacker.io and check out my page on D Broze, and they have what they call a power chat here, and you can donate via cryptocurrency if you'd like to support me during live chats like this. So I'll post that link for those who want that. Now, when we look here at our Finders files here, you guys may remember that I've been just showing you essentially what I've been working with, all the information, the data that I collected and put into my Finders folder. We have gone over everything now. We've gone over the Finders timeline, the known documentation, the details on Marion Petty, the intelligence connections, the potential players and people to interview, a list of Finders members, a chronology. We've looked at the original articles. I've shown you a still image, a screenshot of my interview with Finder Toby Terrell. And now the last thing I want to break down for you, this little rabbit hole we're going to tumble down, is where the name of my documentary comes from. I'm calling it Who Will Find What the Finders Hide. And yes, I know that's kind of maybe an awkward phrasing, or maybe too long for a documentary, some would say, but there's a reason behind it. And we'll see if I stick with that title, but this is the working title I've been working with because of a number of reasons. So let's go ahead and dive down the rabbit hole. As I said, we have my timeline of events here of everything that has taken place over the years. I tracked all of the articles from 87 to 93 to 94, 95, 96, 98, 2000. Anytime that there was an article or an interview with a Finder or a forum or discussion board, I have it on here. I'm pretty sure I found everything out there that's available, including in 2017 when something odd started to take place. And we're going to take a moment to just peer through the lens of this, tumble down the rabbit hole, and I hope you guys are ready for this, to find out where does the title for the documentary come from. So this link I will put in the description so you can read and follow the whole rabbit hole down yourself, because there's a lot to this. Let me just start by explaining this. So what I'm about to show you apparently originated on Reddit in poll, where someone linked a video which had, as described, a shitty new kids video trend. And some of you may remember ElsaGate, right? And may remember, if you're not familiar with ElsaGate, go ahead and look it up. But essentially what it comes down to is where there were weird, almost subliminal pedophilic messages and suggestive imagery appearing on children's videos of Elsa, of Spider-Man, of all kinds of kids, heroes and figures and videos that little kids would pay attention to. And they featured lots of weird things that were suggestive and made a lot of parents and people uncomfortable. And eventually this made mainstream news and they were all taken down, so supposedly. This is something similar to that, it might appear. This could be a LARP. This could be just some, troll somebody's putting on, what I'm about to show you. But it's so elaborate. It's also so obscure that it seems odd for this to be a troll or a LARP, because only a few people would even stumble upon this rabbit hole, the people who are digging for the Finders. So it's also possible that what we're witnessing here is a whistleblower leaking information or somebody from the finders putting out information. I'm not sure. So anyways, a video gets posted on Reddit. People start following that video, and let's see, you open up this link right here. This is the first video link, and surprise, surprise, that video is no longer available. But we do have the archive version here, and you can see the video was titled Black Spider-Man vs. Scream and Spider-Man vs. Scream, Real Life Superhero Movie Video for Kids #2. And the YouTube channel was just Video for Kids. And even if you look over here in the side, suggested videos, look at all these different videos. It's like all these are adults dressed up in Spider-Man costumes, doing weird things with somebody else dressed up as Scream, and sometimes they were like having sex with Elsa or just doing really suggestive things, right? So this video was posted. Somebody, I don't know how they stumbled upon this. Maybe they were the one who got the LARP or the troll out there. But so this video gets posted, and you can see there's comments on here, and you scroll down here and look at this comment. This comment, it appears to be a bunch of random letters and makes no sense, right? And what happened though, and you can see the commenter, Stuart Silverstone. Pay attention to Stuart Silverstone. Some of you may already be remembering from our past videos that Stuart Silverstone was a member of the Finders, who was outspoken and who was quoted in several of the articles in 1987. Now, I don't know if this picture is truly Stuart Silverstone or just somebody with an image they put on there and using his name. But either way, this little appearing to be random set of letters was actually a cipher. And you can see right here, they figured it out, and they go into the details on how they figured out each of the ciphers. So for those of you who are like riddle and puzzle nerds and hackers and want to figure that out, follow all these links in this. But that cipher turned into all programmers follow the white rabbit to all programmers follow the white rabbit to Bluebird at Zhao_CXT. So that led to a Twitter account under that name at Zhao_CXT. And then if you go here to this Twitter account, there's just lots of random things. There's like journal notes. Where are these from? I don't know. There are lots of random, look at this, more of these random letters and apparently no meaning. But the deeper people started to look at this account and started to read what was on here, it started to make more sense. And it also connects to the Finders. So the tweet to that led to different cryptic messages like the ones I just showed you. And apparently when the tweets were combined, they were turned into binary. And when translated, the binary spelled this YouTube address right here, right? So, okay, we're getting somewhere. And that YouTube address led to this video. Now, I will warn you guys, there are people who saying that these videos could be some kind of mind control, MK Ultra, trauma fracturing. For those who understand trauma-based mind control, some of these videos talk about triggers and say your color is blue, your trigger is Little Mermaid, and things like that. If you don't want to watch it, just turn away for now. But I'm going to play it, and of course, you guys can go watch the whole videos all on your own.
Red.
My internet might be a little bit slow, so it might be lagging for a moment. There we go. Now you can see in here, if you look in the background, there's a map here. And people have tried to put this map together. If you go back to that image, see there's a name tag. They're flashing all kinds of, you can see there's a Whole Foods. There's something called Drake Street. There's a website address that's in the background right here. There's a lot to take apart on this. And some sleuths have tried to figure this out, to figure out exactly what this map is showing. Where is Drake Street? Where is this? Where's Main Street? You can kind of see, and this could all just be gibberish. It could just be random videos put together, right? But it does appear to be something. It appears to be something, right? So people start to dissect these videos. Again, I will leave the links to you. And at the bottom of the description, they found this random set of letters and numbers, which apparently was a hexadecimal code, which converted led to this image. And this image shows another URL for YouTube, which when you paste these letters on the back of a YouTube URL, you get this video. And this is another video that I will say is a little disturbing or just weird or odd. I don't know. Take it how you will. My internet's going a little slow, so there's some lag here, but I'll leave you guys to watch these videos on your own. Look, there's a butterfly. Some would say that's monarch butterfly programming, right? And then this leads to another binary code, and this translates to this, and this leads to another Twitter account, and this leads to more messages. And that leads to a cipher which says, find where thy images originated. And the second half is a hexadecimal, which converts to this YouTube code, and that leads to this video, and on and on and on. Now, the only other people that I've seen go into this, there's been a couple YouTubers, Nathan from Lift the Veil, who've looked at this, and a few others, but I don't think they're really on the trail that I'm on. And so, anyways, I'm going to skip through some of this and let you guys follow this, but the point is it keeps leading to codes, it keeps leading to new ciphers, to new things, which leads to tweets, which leads to images, which leads to videos, and people keep trying to find them and solve them and figure out what is this saying, what are these runes, what are the words in the background. Here's another YouTube video, and it says, the one major headway we made was information found in this tweet. The tweet had this. They are both substitution ciphers and read 182 to 205. I will always be at that mill in my mind. And it says, note that the substitution cipher for these stick characters does not work on the ones in the image. It was found, however, that the characters are ASCII, known as box drawing character. The ones in the image correspond to box drawing characters 180 through 205. In addition, 180 to 205 is 26 characters, same as the numbers of letters in the English alphabet, likely meaning that there is another substitution cipher or cipher within a cipher. So where's the Finders connection, right? Obviously, as I said, the first comment was posted by Stuart Silverstone, who was a member of the Finders. And he had a weird mix of letters and numbers that led to all these other videos, right? So is Stuart Silverstone a member of the Finders, former member of the Finders, now coming to release details and trying to lead people on some, rabbit trail that can lead to the truth? Well, let's look at one other element here. One of the tweets and this whole thing, it had this little code right here. So they did a Caesar cipher, and it results in who finds what the Finders hide. Who finds what the Finders hide? This was the first clue in regards to the Finders. And it says, the source of the picture still has not been found. The final tweet is the largest piece of evidence yet, and it has this code here, and this was decoded to say, it reads Zeta Astro, a page from Dave's diary. So when you go ahead and you do a DuckDuckGo search of Zeta Astro, a page from Dave's diary, you find a Yahoo group post from August 2007, which is right here. And I remember locating this actually before I ever found this whole rabbit hole, and it's called A Page from Dave's Diary. I don't know who Zeta Astro is or what, but it was a public group, and this was posted by a Dave, or B, there's his email right here, boofswell@aol.com, August 10th, 2007, and talking about how in December 2006, he made the acquaintances of two people, Kristen Noth, who sometimes writes under the name Kristen K. Noth, which you may remember from our last video, and Douglas Amerman. And this guy was apparently going to sell them a property, rent them out a property. He got a weird feeling about them, so he started to do some research, and he learned all about the Finders and was like, holy crap, these people are connected to something. I probably don't want anything to do with it. And so this little blog post right here is a wealth of information. I mean, he's got all the different fronts that the Finders are connected to. He's got a list of the names of the Finders. Some of this I showed you guys last week, and just so much information on this blog post, and people commenting to him. And basically he says, yeah, by the end of it, after I found all this, I decided not to rent to these people. And so, as I said, is this a whistleblower from within the Finders posting online videos and cryptic tweets with hidden messages leading people to this blog post so that people could see who are active members of the Finders and who's former members of the Finders? Is this somebody from within the group, or maybe a former child of the Finders trying to expose something? Now, a few notes on this webpage here. It says that a few of the members of the Finders come up in the Florida Sex Offender Registry, where the Finders got busted in '87. Also notice the same name, Stuart Silverstone, which is, of course, a member of the Finders. And finally, another connection with the Finders is in the first video. The channel name is this little code here, and when you do a Caesar cipher, it results in the game caller. And what was the game caller? Who was the game caller? It was the name of Marion Petty, and it's also the name of Robert Terrell, who I interviewed, his book about the finders. And this is the original paste bin right here, and here you can see, I think this is Lift the Veil video talking about this. But I mean, honestly, just some amazing, kind of astounding, and like what the fuck kind of moments with this whole thing. And I will post the original link. You can follow this. You can go check out this Twitter account, and you can see all the weird messages on here. This is one of the original posts. And decide for yourself if you think there's anything to this. You know, is this just some weird troll? Is it irrelevant? I don't know. Ultimately, I thought it was interesting. This probably won't make it into the documentary because it's kind of obscure, but I figured I would take the name from this whole rabbit hole and use it so that anybody who's in the know might actually see what I'm doing here. And I'm kind of winking at, hey, if you're the leaker of this, if you're out there and you're listening and you put this out there to try to reach people, get in contact. Find a safe way to reach out to me. Who finds what the finders hide? That's what we seek to expose in our coming documentary, which may be called Who Finds What the Finders Hide or Who Will Find What the Finders Hide, but something along those lines of, and now you guys know where the title comes from. So I hope you're looking forward to it. This has been 7 parts now. I think I've dove deep into the finders, and I still haven't told you everything. You have to wait for the documentary to get the best of what we have and what we've found. And as I said, that will be coming by the end of this month, so just days away. I appreciate you guys' patience and your support, and everybody who's been signing up on patreon.com/Derrick Broze, because all that money goes towards funding these documentaries. And of course, so we don't have to worry about Patreon censorship, you can now sign up at bitbacker.io and find D Broze on there, and you can support me via crypto. I can also take PayPal, whatever way you want to support. My point is, I appreciate it. Your shares also help immensely. So thank you guys so much for the support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are free, and we're going to expose the finders.